What is up, my veggies? My name is VeggieTales Raymond, and welcome back to a review. And today we're going to be reviewing Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Phantosaur. Okay. I have some thoughts on this one. I've seen this one once before. Because I saw the clip of the fight scene with Shaggy on YouTube, and I wanted to watch the whole movie. So I rented it a while back. My stepdad rented it for me, actually. And I remember liking it a lot more then. This wasn't that long ago. This is only like 4 or 5 years ago. I believe this came out 2010? 11. So I was like... So if you guys don't know, the big Shaggy meme, not the buff Shaggy meme. We know where that one came from. But the all-powerful Shaggy meme... This is where that originated from. So, if you already knew that, great. You knew the origin of the meme before a lot of people did. So, first things first, I want to go ahead and say the mystery for this. So, the thing is that Shaggy can't be around things that scare him for some reason. He has a freaking, fear disorder or something like that. And so they go to this place, and he winds up getting hypnotized while they're there, and every time he hears a certain word, he turns into this big buff Shaggy, and there's also, they're being chased by a monster dinosaur. That's the main plot, but I like the Shaggy stuff even more. The best part about the movie is the Shaggy stuff. And I feel like I'm repeating myself in the last review, because I said the same thing about the last review. That the best part was the Shaggy and Velma stuff. And even the thing is, they give Velma a love interest in this movie. And in the oh my goodness, I hate the fact that I have to think about Curse of the Lake Monster that much. But the fact that there's a relationship thing for Velma in this is weird, because that was kind of a thing in the last one with Shaggy having a crush on Velma. And I guess it works better here. I guess. I don't know. The animation is still pretty decent. A lot of the side characters are fine. But the thing is, a lot of the stuff with the actual mystery is boring. Because there are 2 reveals of who's doing everything. Because there's one dinosaur, and then they discover who that is pretty early, and then there's 40 minutes in the movie they discover that, I think, or something like that. And then freaking this other dinosaur shows up, and the motivation isn't the best, and the fact is, I thought these characters were in college. Which they might still be in college, but the fact, I don't know if there's a line in this where Fred's talking about how he's strong or he won't be able to graduate. I hope they're in college, because this doesn't, because especially with the fact with Scooby Abracadabra do they mention that, I don't know, it's very confusing with this, because I know there's still, it doesn't make sense how there are kids and they can travel around like they do. I'm not going to get into all that. That's a completely thing I'm not even going to get into. The story for this one is pretty forgettable. It's definitely not one of the worst. I do like this one, but I'm not going to give it a high rating. It's alright when it comes to story and pacing. But there's just a lot where it's dealing with the mystery, you don't really care. But when it's dealing with the Shaggy subplot, you do care. But almost everything else is just lackluster compared to that, and you're not as engaged in the story. With the main stuff, you like the whole Shaggy story better, which. If they could have done more with that, I think, the whole Shaggy hypnotized being brave thing. And Shaggy is awesome in this. I'm not gonna lie, when he's in his brave, even when he's not in his brave, at the end where he's there's that classic trope it's inside you, it's inside you. Like, Shaggy's completely awesome in this movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Shaggy was the best part of this. I had so much fun with all the Shaggy stuff, but the rest of it was just fine. You get another little subplot with Velma having a little crush on this guy, and it doesn't really go anywhere. And just, I seriously doubt we'll ever see that character again in any of these Scooby-Doo movies. And just a good bit of this one just is pretty boring, I guess you could say. Like, I'm just like, I don't really know how to describe this one. Like, this one's kind of hard to review, and it could just be the fact that it's 3:30 in the morning, but I can't wrap my brain around this one. It gets pretty boring at points, but it also is a lot of fun at other points. So I think that this had potential. I just don't think the dinosaur thing was really good for a Scooby-Doo setting, I guess. Like, yeah, we had the Loch Ness Monster before, but the Phantosaur, I was really expecting to enjoy this one more than I did, because it sparked a meme out of it. And that's probably one reason why people probably remember this one quite a bit, is because of the memes. And this is just a odd one when it does leave off on a good joke. I actually thought that was kind of funny, the ending joke. Spoilers, Shaggy gets hypnotized back to normal, but the rest of the gang is standing behind him, so everybody thinks they're Shaggy. And I'm like, that's kind of funny. That's a funny joke. Realistically, the dude would have tried to put him back, I think. But I don't need realism in my Scooby-Doo movies that much. The fact, though, that this movie just didn't go the route I was expecting, well, no, I can't say that. It's just, it was very boring. I'm not trying to crap all over this movie, but it was boring. When it wasn't the Shaggy stuff, because there's a whole, like, race in this. Like, and that sounds like kind of weird for a Scooby-Doo movie, but it's fun. When Shaggy's in his freaking brave mode and doing all this cool stuff in this and being just a bad butt, you know what I want to say, I'm not going to say it. In this movie, it's fun, and I have to give this one a solid 3 out of 5. No 3.5, 3 out of 5. It's nowhere near as bad as Curse of the Lake Monster, which is the worst one I've seen. And the next one, which I don't know off the top of my head what it is. 1 second. I don't have this on my tripod just like last time. But yeah, let me have my thing pulled up real quick. But this movie was really, really strange, I think. Just because of, not strange, but it was just boring. I guess it's the best way to describe this one. The fact that it's not dealing with the Shaggy hypnotized storylines, it's pretty boring. But I don't know how else to describe this one. I really don't. Like, okay. I just think it just got too boring, I guess. Alright, our next one is Scooby-Doo Music of the Vampire, which is, I think, is a musical. We kind of had that with the Goblin King. You know how I love the Goblin King. Let me see. Okay, I think this one is a musical, so I'm curious on that one. I'm excited. I'm probably going to watch it tonight just because it's a musical. And after that, I don't really like to say the one that's after that, but I'll go ahead and do it anyways. And then after that is Big Top Scooby-Doo. So the next 2 Scooby-Doo movies I have not seen. So I'm looking forward to those ones. I haven't seen them. I hope they're good. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for this one. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.